When Venus kisses the sun again, we'll all be gone, long, long gone.
Hi guys, and welcome to my garden. In honor of the Venus transit, we're going to do something a little bit special today. Before we head into the garden, I just want to mention something about this tree. Bing. I like to refresh their faces every year and just give them a nice healthy glow. What was funny is I thickened his tooth up so much that we had a rainstorm. It blended the tooth down and gave him a fang. But you know what? I got a fang too, so what can I tell you? We're twins. Hi guys, and welcome to the summer/spring garden. I've got my beautiful rose quartz with me today. So, here I am standing on the staircase that was kind of the result of chaos. The hickories and the oaks had fallen during a powerful storm a year and a half ago, and what came of it is my buddy and I building the staircase and the pergola so that the wisteria, excuse me, and the trumpet vines could climb up it. At night, when all the electric lights are lit and the stained glass that hangs from here pass through the stained glass, it's almost like you're in some sort of meditative church. Anyway, gardens are very meditative and very sacred to me. You'll have to excuse any of the outdoor noise, but we're outside. There's a lot going on. I wish it was just birds, but there's also people and their traffic. Anyway, the point though is, we're conducting this video during an amazing phenomenon, the Venus transit, when the planet of love dances before the face of the sun, in honor of the sun. It's a very rare occasion and will not occur again in our lifetime or in our century. The next time the Venus transit will occur, passing before the sun, will be December 11th, 2117. So you're talking about a long time. You know, it takes a minute to kind of realize all these 11s that are in there, these master numbers. Now, everyone has an opportunity then to tap into something special, love, something good. I'm sure you've noticed lately, though, these planetary alignments are creating a lot of intensity in people. I hate to say it, but those that are vaguely unhinged are going a bit off the rails. Those that are heartbroken are crying endlessly. Those that are wicked are working their mediocre powers right now. And those that are magnanimous are being very blessed and very sacred and doing all the right things. That's what people like you and I do. So Kim and I are filming in June right now. This is the month of the roses. In fact, I'll show you a few before we finish filming. But they were covered in aphids a few weeks ago, and I don't like to put any harsh chemicals in our grounds here in the landscape of the Victorian. In fact, we've got a lot of garter snakes on the property, and they say if you've got snakes on your property, you've got very good soil. We've got dragonflies, we've got bats at night. Yeah, we've got the tiger mosquitoes, they're here too, but you know, pests. Anyway, what we did though is, Nancy and I had bought hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of ladybugs, and we spread them all over the yard on a cool evening. Those ladybugs have already not only mated, but laid hundreds, if not thousands, of their own eggs, so that we've got little lady gators all over the place. They ate every aphid off my roses, so my roses now are in bloom. They're unfolding now in June. The backyard is so fragrant, especially at night when the honeysuckles also open up. It's sweet. But today, in honor of this amazing Venus transit that, in theorem, you and I will not live to see again, unless it's another lifetime, I decided to release our butterflies today. So Nancy and I had gotten ourselves 4 caterpillars of painted lady butterflies. They went into chrysalis. It's amazing to see. They turn into these beautiful brown chrysalis. They fold into it after they're kind of ready to go. The chrysalis get these little drops of bronze and gold effects on them that look so metallic, it's incredible. Then they suspend themselves on a tiny little thread When they're ready to go, you place them in a netting, which we have, and about a week later, the cocoons start to shake almost rather violently. All of a sudden, just 2 days, 3 days ago, it was 3. They unfolded their wings and they pumped the blood out, and it was amazing to see these beautiful 4 powdered winged beauties that Nan and I on some level feel like we're the mom and dad of. So it's time to release them. It turns out it's a beautiful day, not too hot, just the right temperature. There's a misty energy in the air, but it's not raining. It's perfect for them. I just kind of hope that the cardinals and the catbirds that have nests in the backyard will leave them alone. Give them some time to kind of acclimate to the garden. But that's what I want to do today. Release the butterflies as a symbol of love into the atmosphere. Okay, so obviously they're very active right now. They smell the fresh air. I gave them sugar water, watermelon slices, and right now he's putting his little proboscis in the lantanas. These are my own lantanas from the garden. Look how active they are. They want to go. These babies are ready to take flight. So I thought I'd release them in a little shadowy area over here in the garden, beyond where you can't see right now. There's lots of flowers and things that they'll enjoy munching on and drinking from. So let's release our first one. Okay, so you'll have to excuse my hands, but a gardener's hands are always cut up. It's from working with roses and nature. Okay, there's one up top here. I'm gonna see if I can possibly gather her up first. Come on. Come on. There you go. Okay, one flew away, but let's get another one for you. There she goes. Oh, happy as can be. Okay, let's get another one. One right by the rose, and there she goes. That was quick. They are anxious. And our last baby. Okay. Say hello to Nancy. She's your mom. And aren't you the prettiest thing I ever seen? Look at you. Blue spots on the back. Well, the other 3 were anxious to escape, but the baby wants to stay with Dad. Look how pretty, putting on a show. There he goes. So they're released on an absolutely beautiful day. So what's our intention here? You saw how fast those butterflies emerged into the world, and you know, the world is demanding. It's a challenging place. And yet, those innocent, sweet little jewels, those delicate little creatures, couldn't wait to just explore the world, to grow, to be a part of the amazing expedited rate in which time is going, except for the little runt of the litter, the little guy who kind of put on a show for us, and that was kind of sweet. So, yeah, my intention was, wouldn't one of those guys land in someone else's backyard? Wouldn't that put a smile on somebody who's maybe lost someone they love, and nothing would matter more to them to have one of those beautiful painted ladies land on their shoulder? Let something magical happen. That's what you should also do today, this week, this month, this whole summer. Put out an energy field of love in every little innocent way you can. So, in that mindset of beauty and love, let's indeed do a reading. So, these are the lantanas from my own backyard. There's a lot of flowers in the yard, the honeysuckles, the lantanas, other things that these butterflies will come back for. They'll lay their eggs on parsley, and I've got beds and beds and boxes of parsley all over the yard for them to lay their eggs on. I watched the black swallowtails do it, so it's kind of awesome. So, let's indeed see what the vibrational field has to say. you know, as fate would have it, I realized that there's a couple of cards missing from the deck right now, but I think that they're missing for a reason. It's only a couple, and I feel that, you know, with this transit, there's a reason for it. You know, only in this new computer age they've discovered that when Venus does this transit, it makes little hearts in a pattern that connect. It even creates pentagrams in the sky. We would have never known this if we weren't able to digitally archive what Venus has been doing. Isn't that amazing that what's been called the planet of love for eons, now officially we discovered has been etching star and heart patterns in the sky? It's so cool. But today the vibrations say this, and again, excuse the sounds, but there are human beings too in nature. Okay, the vibrations say this though. The first vibe in the Grand Trine today says this. Vibe number 1. The vibrational field are the lovers. And what an interesting vibe to get for the lovers. It's Antony and Cleopatra. So these are, if you were going to discuss on Earth what's one of the greatest love stories ever told, it was probably Antony and Cleopatra. A god and goddess in their own right. This is a very old painting of mine, by the way, and it's an image that I've been very fond of in Hollywood because it was Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra and Richard Burton as Antony. But it's interesting what I wrote on this painting over 30 years ago. Let's state it. During this love transit, the vibration says, soothe your longing for love. You can wait. God is going to give you everything you need to be happy in your relationships. But it's important that you know that right now, you are so much more than any relationship. You matter most. And I agree. I can't imagine that you could have a good relationship unless you have first a good relationship with yourself. Let's take a look at vibrational field number 2. I'm delighted we got lovers like that. My God, the archetype lovers. Okay, the next vibrational field. Number 2. Oh, 2 for 2. The vibrations are saying, now with this transit, a true prelude begins. When this prelude begins, it's the alignment of the planets. So from Gemini on, they're going to become more and more intense as they move into this alignment. The vibration that falls with it is kind of Leonine ruled, actually with Saturnian influences around it. But let me explain. It could sound complex. It's not. Here's what it says to you. Because it's a Kabbalistic vibe, by the way, interestingly, called Geburah, it rules 5, which is a pentagram. The vibrational field then can represent the star that you are and can become. What this vibe says to you now as you start to move into Gemini, Cancer, and Leo is, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Don't let yourself feel restricted. Don't feel embittered. Don't ever feel that you're vainly striving. It's all going to be worth it. Here's how you face each day, step by step and day by day. And that's how you don't get overwhelmed. Do this, and I promise you will succeed. It's interesting in this painting. In this painting I did when I was just a teenager, there's a single, a record. Kids nowadays might not even know what they are, but it's a record floating through space. Yoko Ono's first hit, Walking on Thin Ice. Right after she recorded this, she lost John. Those are the modern archetypal lovers, John Lennon and Yoko Ono. And the price he paid for loving a woman that maybe at the time they didn't understand. But if you love John, you've got to love who loves John. So interesting vibes have emerged here. This planetary alignment, you'll have to excuse Kim, he's going into one of his coughing fits. But the vibrational field suggests you're about to enter into now a new prelude. Let us then take a look at what is surely going to be an extremely powerful capstone to the pyramid, the Grand Trine. Get ready, guys. The vibrational field says this. Okay, you see it first, and the vibe is very interesting. It's what I said earlier when we first started. There are those, though, I don't want to show it too much because it's a problematic vibe that'll break your heart. There are other people that sometimes don't know how to handle their emotional energy as well as you do. Remember, that's not your business. Your business is not how they're handling things, or how they're gossiping, or how they could poison the energy field to become toxic. Your job is to be exactly the opposite. Goodly, kind, speak well of others. Words have power. Be magnanimous, charitable, altruistic, be kind, and you will then be obeying the laws of the cosmic timepiece and aligning yourself with Venus, the planet of love. So, before I bid you adieu, what we're going to do is maybe do just a few quick shots of some of the beautiful flowers in the garden that are just starting to unfold this pre-summer. Enjoy. Now, what Kim was kind enough to realize, and this is what I love about my friends, is he realized, of course, metaphysically, that we can't just exclude the two vibes that were not part of the reading initially. They remove themselves for a reason. You know what? Of course, he's right. They can't really be ignored, so let's explain. Let's talk about the difficult vibes first, because as we know, it's always a realm of polarity. The first vibe is difficult. It's that Pandora's box. It's the price you pay for knowledge. It's the fact that the world sometimes, frankly, is, as you can hear out there, was a freaking dinosaur? The world outside there is a difficult place as the Tyrannosaurus Rex comes into the garden. But the notion is, life isn't easy. It isn't. It's going to be like that too. But what have you got working for you? The people that are on the same page with you. The people that love you. They are there. The world isn't an awful place. It challenges you, that's all. And all you've got to do is take those challenges, create a schematic with the people that you love. Like, here I am with my best dude working on this video for you guys, and the whole concept is spread good energy into the world. That's what every one of our videos is meant to do for you guys. So, those were the missing pieces of the puzzle, now understood. Oh, by the way, interesting, the Grand Trine ultimately became a pentagram of 5. Earth, air, fire, water, and ether. The energies are complete. Now let's take a look at some of those flowers in the garden. These are the portulacas. They open up in the afternoon sunlight. Give them a few more hours though and they'll start to close up. If they get too cool, they're very drought tolerant, so they can really take, oh God, what's the whole town on fire? They can take a lot of heat, and they just look really quite lovely in this little cat architecture. Right next to them, by the way, we're gonna have to wait till the ambulances or whatever it is passing. Someone's in trouble. Next to our portulacas are curly parsley. Now I've got parsley all over the yard. This is for me and Nan to eat, but I've got boxes and boxes of parsley in the yard for black swallowtails to lay their beautiful little pearl eggs on, which become caterpillars, and then the caterpillars will eat up all the parsley. When there's no more food and fuel for them, they go into their chrysalis phase as well. It's also, of course, delicious, and parsley is blood purifying. Okay, so here we've got beautiful Thunbergias. They're all going to climb up the trellis and look fantastic. They're ever blooming. They'll bloom all summer. Right next to them are one of my favorites, marigolds. Marigolds do need, though, to be deadheaded. So what I do is deadhead them, pull out the seeds, throw them in the box, and then they'll just regenerate themselves. They'll just keep growing. Bugs don't like them, so it's a good thing to plant near a plant like this that Japanese beetles would like to eat, but will not go near because of the marigolds. Next to that is heliotrope. The fragrance is like vanilla. It's out of this world. And below that are oxalis. These oxalis actually survived a very warm winter, so they look fantastic. They all close up at night as well. It's astonishing how sensitive they are. And up top here is a fig that survived the winter in a pot. It even produced a flower already. Behind it, if you can see past the fairy statue, is a potted butterfly plant, Buddleia. I probably have planted 50 of them on the property, but I wanted one up here so that in the late summer, the hummingbirds will come to the garden and feed off of it. So hi guys. Remember then, with this Venus transit, it's all about growth, It's about beauty. It's about structure. It's about the wind. It's about just feeling free. Yes, the world is filled with some chaos, but from chaos comes creation. Your job and my job is to make this world a better and more beautiful place. Do it with everything you think and everything you say and everyone you love and every furry little pet that you pat on the head. Be kind, and kindness will ultimately also be yours. Just one sec, let me see if I can put Pickles in the film with us. Come here, girl. Come here. Gonna be on film? This is an example of unconditional love. Pickles has adopted us for the past 7 years. She always comes to us to be fed and to be loved. No one owns her, but the only thing that owns us, or keeps the glue that keeps us together, is love. May you find that your life is held together by the same beautiful, aqueous, eternal energy, love.
When Venus kisses the sun again, we'll all be gone, long, long gone. So learn to kiss the butterflies and pet the sleeping bee before we're long, long